Hello everyone, Dave here with some thoughts on my knives tonight. This is actually a video response going out to Mr. John Wayne Colt 45, and he posed a question to the community: what are your 6 favorite knives? And he gave a different set of categories. And there have been a lot of video responses out there from a lot of great guys and gals, and they've been really interesting, entertaining, informative. It's great to see people's thoughts on it, why they like particular knives and why they chose them, and just some great stuff overall. So if you haven't been following it, definitely check them out. Well worth the time. So I am coming a little bit late to the party, but I wanted to just throw my hat in there and add a little contribution. So here we go. I will say one thing. When you look to add a knife to your collection, there should be a reason for it. There should be some reason why you decided to invest in that particular knife. That knife should serve a particular purpose. It should have some reason why you added it, why you invested it, why you spent the money on the knife. So, it's going to vary for everyone, and there should be some reason. And it's one of those tenets that I sort of go to when I look to buy a knife, and, it has to be a reason behind it, simply put. So, that being said, I'm going to put a little bit of a spin on the original one, and what I'm going to do, just because of the nature of my collection, is offer both a custom and a production version for each category. So, without any more, let's jump into it. The first category is that of favorite overall knife. And it should come as little surprise to my viewers. That's going to go to the Rick Hinderer XM18. Just an incredible knife. Rick makes such incredible stuff. He's such a great guy. The guys working in his shop too, just, phenomenal service. There's so much goodness about this. You could definitely check out the vid, as well as a vid for any other knife that I'm going to review tonight, except 1 or 2 of them. But, first category, it's got to be the Rick Hinderer XM18. Just wonderful overall knife. In the production realm, and I'm probably going to catch a little bit of flack for this, it's going to be the Benchmade AFCK. While it no longer is in production, it was for a very long time. So it is, in my opinion, one of the best knives Benchmade has ever produced, up there with the BM42 and a couple of others. But it was probably one of the first higher end, if you will, Benchmades that I purchased. And while I don't have that particular one down here with me, this is the latest model in the M4 that came out, and the AFCK, just an incredible knife. Ergonomics, design, just phenomenal. I think it's definitely one of the best Benchmades produced. So, favorite knives overall, there you go, the Rick Hinderer XM18 and the Benchmade AFCK. Great knives. The next category that was proposed was that of favorite EDC knife. And it's a little bit redundant, but for the custom world, I'm going to have to go with the Rick Hinderer again. Not only is it a great collection piece and a great knife, it is a great tool to use and carry. It's held up to a lot. The finish on there, still great. The point, obviously a little bit of wear there. Probably need a little bit of reprofiling and sharpening on it, but just great. And that speaks to the knife. It's not something that's meant to just sit there. It's meant to be used. And I feel very privileged that I have the opportunity to do so. And if you guys get that opportunity, definitely take advantage of it. Just a great knife for EDC purposes. So that's great. In the production world, and again, should come as little surprise, an Emerson, specifically the Mini CQC8, the Horseman, just a fabulous knife. Just overall size, ergonomics, hard use, just a great knife. You could sort of see there that Emerson black coated finish holds up very well. Some scratching, but just a great knife. Probably could put a little bit of an edge back on this guy, but still very sharp, very useful, just one of the knives to go to. And if it says anything, when I got the chance to pick up a custom Emerson, I went with the Mini CQC8 version, just because it is that great of a knife. So production, almost a no-brainer, it has to be an Emerson, but which one? I'm going to go for the CQC8, Mini CQC8, great knife. So there you go again, in the EDC category, Emerson Horseman and the Rick Hinderer XM18. Just a great knife. So there's that. Okay, next category is that of tactical knife. Now, just a quick word on tactical. Tactical is more than just a knife. It's the person and the character. The SEALs have a great saying, one mind, any weapon. And that's the way it sort of is in my book as far as tactical knives. If you're trained, if you have some specialization, the knife itself is going to just be one factor in it. That being said, when you go to choose a tactical knife, you have to have the utmost utmost dependability and, you know, respect for the knife that you choose. And for that, I'm going to go with the Lacey Szabo UUK. Its design, its ergonomics, its intent and purpose is exactly that. If I was to choose one knife where I was in the situation that I had to use in that sort of situation, it would be the UUK. Just a fabulous, fabulous knife. Devastating, incredible knife. You guys should check out the vid on that. Thanks out to Lacey. Just really can't be beat in my opinion. So you know, there it is for the custom version. For the production version, gonna go with an Emerson again. In this case, the Combat Karambit. Now, again, along with the tactical use, like I mentioned, training and proficiency is going to go a long way. And this is one of those knives where you should have some training, a great degree of it actually, in my opinion, before you even think about employing it as such. But that being said, under the right conditions and with the proper preparedness, if you will, the Karambit is just a devastating, devastating tool. Okay, so it's going to go to the Emerson there. I didn't do a full vid on this. It did make a quick appearance in the Strider Tonari video, but there we are in the production, and again, the Strider UUK for tactical knives. Okay, enough on the tactical. Let's go onwards, and I think the next category was that of fixed blade. So, you know, new to the collection is that of the SLCC. Just a great knife. Huge, huge potential in a small package. You know, been waiting to pick one of these guys up for a while and am not disappointed. It is just great. So, you know, if you guys get the chance to snag one up, definitely don't hesitate. Get it if you're looking for a fixed blade. Again, small package, but just huge potential. Great knife. Okay, and a little bit bigger. I'm going to go with the Microtech Kurihi. Okay, fabulous, beast of a knife, just overbuilt. Used in a number of tasks, and unfortunately I have chipped the D2 there, so I am going to have to do a little bit of blade work on it, but not a big deal. It's just held up really well. The finish on it, a little bit of scratching and marring, but overall, just great. It is a large knife, not an overly large fixed blade, but just great for that category. So, you know, sorry, you have a lot of choices with fixed blades, but, you know, I went with this one and I have not been disappointed. So, you know, as far as fixed blades go, there we go, the Microtech Kurihi and the Strider SLCC. Okay, the next category was that of smaller choice or smaller EDC, and I say EDC because, you know, it does fit well into that. It's going to be the Strider PT initially. Great knife, again, small package, lots of use, lots of potential. You know, it is so pocket sized, so small, but so dependable and so durable. You can't go wrong with a PT. Highly recommend it. And you know, as again, probably no surprise, and favorite of many people, we're going to go with the Spyderco Sage 2. And maybe a little Freudian slip there, but it is that good. Very easy comparison to a Strider knife. You got the S30V steel, titanium, just bang for your buck. I think it's one of the best knives you could pick up out there right now. Just a great, great knife. So, little surprise there. Strider PT and the Spyderco. Okay, and the last category is Safe Queen. And probably no surprise again, that's going to go to, first off, the Brian Ty knife. I am just, again, so privileged and honored to own this guy. There's so much goodness going on in it. It would take a lot for me to use this guy, so it is probably going to just sit there and be looked at. But it could be used, but it would take a lot for me to want to do that. Just a great knife. Definitely check out the vid if you have any interest in it. Wonderful, wonderful knife. Thank you, Brian. And along that category, you know, Safe Queens, there is one knife in the collection that if I had to get rid of all of the others under some circumstance, the one knife that I would not ever part with, the Spyderco World Trade Center knife. You can check out the vid on that one. And there are at least 2,819 reasons why I want to get rid of this knife, to say the least. It does mean that much. So, you know, this knife is not going to get used. It is going to be with me as long as I could possibly maintain that. And, you know, here it is. So, you know, this one's not going anywhere. So, that's about it, guys. Hope you enjoyed. Hope you found it a little bit entertaining, somewhat informative. Any questions, comments, always appreciated. Thanks for starting a great conversation piece, John. And we'll talk to you guys later, okay? Have a good one. Bye-bye.